get you to your third takeaway, which is the Colts. They've won 5 out of 6 now. So this Indy team is getting hot. What's coming together for them as they just knocked off your Patriots on Saturday night?
Well, let me just tell you, okay, because back when Tony Dungy had these guys, they were this finesse team. They're going to pass the ball. They had Peyton Manning. They're no longer a finesse team like they used to be. All right, this offense really sets the tone for this team. And those wide receivers, whether Pittman and Pascal, these guys are big. They're physical. They set the tone in the run game. They blocking the receiver. They're blocking the DBs 20 yards down the field. Quentin Nelson, he's healthier. This offensive line is outstanding. But what about Baby? What do I call him? I call him he's a smaller version of Derrick Henry, but faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what you get in Jonathan Taylor. He's basically a smaller version of Derrick Henry, but faster. And I mean, come on, man. This dude, if anybody's probably should be second in MVP voting behind Aaron Rodgers, it should be this guy. I mean, he's come in, he's established. Frank Wright's done a great deal committing to running the football, taking the ball out of Carson Wentz's hands. But this offense is physical, and the Colts are no longer a finesse team. They're going to run the ball down your throat. And I'm going to tell you something else. They got a pretty good special teams, all right? Ray Ventrone, a former teammate of mine, he's their special teams coordinator, and this is the top special teams in the NFL, and they make a difference every single week. This is the #1 special teams team in the league, and they make a difference every single week. They're blocking a punt, blocking a field goal, making a big return. They're doing whatever they have to do. Frank Wright's done a great job down there. We'll see what happens with Carson Wentz in the playoffs, but he's done a great job.
He sure has, and he's taken a team that got out of the gates very slow and has developed them in a loud environment with everybody going, you got to get rid of Wentz. This was a mistake. Reich sucks. And he's just repaired this season on the fly, and a big part of it's Quentin Nelson coming back. You mentioned that offensive line, who I think deserves a ton of credit. All 5 of them, Fisher, Nelson, Pinter, Glowinski, and Smith at right tackle, who's been a top 10 right tackle all season long. But Jonathan Taylor's over 1,500 yards already. We still got 3 games left. 17 touchdowns. I mean, that's a big number. 17 touchdowns on the ground. Over 100 yards, 5 out of the last 6 games. Over 150 yards, 3 out of the last 6 games. So he's getting hot down the stretch. And with Tom Brady having a bad game, a really bad game on Sunday night, it now comes down to, I agree with you. I think you got Aaron Rodgers and you got Jonathan Taylor. And if we didn't disrespect the running back position like we do in this league, in my opinion, it'd be Jonathan Taylor as the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, think about him, man. He is the most valuable player to his team because without him, and the Colts, they look totally different without him on the field. And you should see the relief from the defenses because now defenses are afraid. They're like, oh, my God, I got to deal with Quentin Nelson. I got to deal with this offensive line. And I got to deal with these big physical wide receivers blocking us 20 yards down the field. And I got to deal with trying to bring Jonathan Taylor, a guy that runs 4.3 at 230 pounds. And all he has to do is give you a stiff arm. It's tough, man. It's going to come down to Carson Wentz. I like their defense. They're not like super physical. They got linebackers that run around from sideline to sideline. Darius Leonard, we know that he's the top playmaking linebacker in the NFL. But it's going to come down to Carson Wentz. And if they struggle running the football, because they'll have 9 guys on the line of scrimmage, they're going to force Carson Wentz to throw the ball to beat them. And we'll see what happens.
It'll happen. At some point, it'll have to. And that defense, 31 takeaways, first in the NFL. That's what they do. Plus 14 turnover differential. That leads the entire league by a substantial margin. So that's how they've won a bunch of these games.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.